Bad days are inevitable and your kitchen should help you prepare for them. So nearly all people's fat loss problems when they're coming home and they're stressed, tired, bad day, whatever it is, because they're going to happen, can be at least partially solved with having your kitchen be in the right state, having gone to the grocery store, gotten the things you need. So today, when we go through 5 foods I just want to have in my house at all times when I'm trying to go through a fat loss phase, if that was what my goal was at the given time. So insert exhibit, welcome to MTV Cribs here, or Lenny from Simpsons saying, "This is how I live, don't judge me."
Please don't tell anyone how I live.
Whatever it is. But going through these, so first we've got a pumpkin. So I've got pumpkin here because it's really important in your fat loss journey to find foods that end up having you feeling quite satiated relative to the amount of calories they have. So if you knew your stomach needed to be filled up this amount, let's just say it's 1 kilogram of food you need. If you're going to choose to fill up 1 kilogram of chocolate or nuts, you're going to find your calories will enter the tens of thousands. Versus, I've got pumpkin here because I know it's one food that 1 kilogram pumpkin is roughly 200 calories. So I know I can turn to this. I know it tastes all right. It's not bad, but I can use it as a thing to completely fill me up. So when that part of your brain that's in a deficit and is thinking of getting in additional calories pops up, you won't be as full in that moment going into it, which can make these decisions a little bit easier to do. Second, where do we want to go next? We've got Jelly Light. So I don't know if this is around where you're from, but with Jelly Light, you can make honestly 1 kilo, 2 kilos worth of jelly. Same thing, you can use 1 or 2 packets, let's see, it might be 50 calories overall for 2 packets that can end up having a huge tub the size of this. And it's one of those things where, let's say you're on the couch, and you just want to feel like you're eating something, you want to taste something sweet, and you want to feel somewhat full from it, so enter the pumpkin solution again, is you can just honestly binge out on Jelly Light, and you won't really notice any difference in terms of your weight and all that stuff because the calories are so low. It's nice to, if you are the binging type and you're trying to progressively move yourself away from that, let's exclude the psychological element, but just on an enjoying feeling really stuffed and full element. It's really important to have some of these elements there as well. We've got protein powder. Did I show the brand? I don't know if I did. Yep, BSC. You owe me at least 100 grand for promoting your products in this video, maybe more. But there'll be times where you're just trying to go towards your protein goals and you just might need to, I don't know, it might be too hard for you to cook chicken. It might be, I need to get a quick something on the go. I need to have something at, let's say you're leaving the house at 9, it's 8:30, you're woken up late, whatever it is, I just need to catch a quick shake. Because that way you're going to get some calories in. The protein's going to then allow you to feel full and satiated to a lot larger extent than it would otherwise if you just skipped breakfast completely or went to a carby snack at 8:30. And this will become particularly relevant for you at, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 10:30 when you're settled in at work, feeling, oh, I'm munchy, I'm curious for some things. Preemptively getting in protein can be really good for that. I've got Fountain barbecue sauce. This is pretty goated, to be honest. So the flavor here is awesome. The calories are extremely low. And I've got it here because, yes, I could include a bunch of other foods, but often we need these flavors. We need to make sure our food's going to taste good, or else eventually you're going to start to drift off towards what are other good tasting foods. Pizza, burgers, all this stuff, which might not be as compatible for your fat loss goals. So if you can now progressively make your food taste better, so the meals you're actually having are more enjoyable, you find it easier to stick to it. And it's nice having some of these solutions for sauces that aren't the QB mayos, the aiolis, all the stuff that we might like, but can very quickly turn into hundreds of calories throughout the day. That might be just the difference of you having whole meals or kilos per year of fat loss that would have otherwise been lost if you just had a better sauce variety. Last thing I've got here, I've just got a frozen meal. So the idea of a frozen meal is just for those situations where you're just unprepared, not ready, you don't have time to cook, you just want to heat something up. It might be the end of a busy day, and the idea of cooking might be the last thing you want to do. You might know that if you're in the kitchen and you're watching over the stove for 15, 20 minutes, you can be just constantly munching. Sometimes it's nice to have a backup that's there and ready that you can just chuck in the microwave for 6-7 minutes. As if I said 6-7 instead of jokes here. And just that way, you've got a solution. It's just the default, and it has the same amount of effort, arguably even less effort, than calling up your takeaway place or ordering on Uber Eats, because these meals are particularly handy for the days where you just can't be bothered, because they're going to happen. When you enter a fat loss thing and you're motivated, it's easy to forget that there'll be times where you're tired and you're just riding off motivation at the start. But the tired days will come, and you need to have easy go-to meals that don't take much effort. So just some frozen meals in your freezer, just as a backup. The whole break glass in case of emergency thing can really apply to your fat loss things here. If I was bulking right now, I might have a completely different set of foods. I might be thinking of things unlike pumpkin that have a lot of calories compared to the overall volume they create. I might have super tasty foods. I might have cookies on standby, something like that. But the key lesson is the overall food environment you create in your house can be something that facilitates it towards having easier fat loss. Because the bad days are going to come, and you can either be prepared for it or you can not. If you want to find out the specific ways that I'd actually get your backup meals looking for you based on your own tastes, preferences, personality, and trigger times, there'll be a link in the description. But otherwise, thank you. Get my coaching and help me upgrade my kitchen. Catch ya. Bye-bye.